Something's happening in Heartland no one ever saw coming. Ty Borden, the man whose tragic goodbye shattered millions of fans, might be making a return. Not in a memory, not just in a dream, but in a way that could change everything for Amy Fleming and her journey forward. After years of silence, the wrench that once knew heartbreak may now be stirring with the impossible. Could Ty truly be coming back? Or is it something even more unexpected? Ty Borden wasn't just a character in Heartland. He was the heart of the show for over a decade. From the moment he first arrived at the ranch as a troubled young man, you could feel he was different. He carried pain, he carried history, but he also carried hope. Over the years, fans watched him grow. He wasn't perfect, but he tried harder than anyone else to become a better man. With the help of Amy, Jack, and the rest of the Heartland family, Ty found healing. And through him, many fans did too. In the early seasons, Ty was the outsider, rough around the edges, angry, lost. But Amy saw past all that. She saw someone who was trying. That bond between them started quietly, like a whisper, then slowly. Season by season, it turned into one of the most beautiful love stories on television. Ty and Amy weren't flashy. They were real. They fought. They grew. They supported each other. They healed together. And when they finally got married, fans felt like they were part of the wedding. Ty's relationship with Jack was another big part of his journey. At first, Jack didn't trust him. But over time, Ty earned his respect. Jack became the father Ty never had, and Ty became the son Jack never expected. That bond helped shape Ty into the man he needed to be, not just for Amy, but for the entire Heartland ranch. And then there was Lindy, the little girl who completed their family. Watching Ty become a father was one of the most touching parts of the show. He was careful, gentle, and strong. He loved that little girl with everything he had. And just when it felt like life had finally given him peace, tragedy struck. In Season 14, Ty's sudden death was a moment that broke the hearts of fans around the world. It was fast, it was quiet, and it left Amy standing in the snow, holding a man she thought she'd grow old with. It didn't feel real, it didn't feel fair, viewers cried, not just because Ty was gone, but because they'd watched him fight for every piece of happiness he had, and just when he'd found it, it was taken away. But what made Ty's legacy so powerful wasn't just how he lived, it was how much he changed. He showed that people could overcome pain, that love could heal even the deepest wounds. He showed that the past doesn't have to define the future. Ty Borden's story was never about being perfect. It was about being human, and that's why he mattered so much. Now, all these years later, whispers are starting again. Could Ty's story really be over? Or is there something more waiting in Season 19? Some fans believe Ty's return would erase the depth of Amy's grief, but others believe it could be the closure we never got. Whether it's in a dream, a vision, a memory, or something else entirely, one thing is clear. Heartland isn't finished telling Ty Borden's story. Not yet. After Ty Borden's death, everything changed. Not just for Amy, but for every part of Heartland. The ranch itself felt quieter, softer, as if it, too, was grieving. Ty had left a space that no one could fill. And in Season 14, we saw a different kind of story begin, one about healing, letting go, and learning to live with the pain that never really goes away. Amy was never the same. How could she be? The man she had loved since she was a teenager, the father of her daughter, was gone without warning. One minute he was helping a stranger, doing what he always did, putting others first, and the next, he was gone from this world. A blood clot, silent, sudden, and final. It was the kind of loss that doesn't just break you. It rewrites you. Amy went into a kind of emotional silence. For a while, she couldn't even ride the way she used to. Her connection with horses, the gift that made her who she was, felt distant. just like everything else. But Amy had something that helped her keep going. Lindy, her daughter, a piece of Ty that would never be lost. That gave her the strength to get up, even when her heart wasn't ready. Asterisk season by season, we saw Amy try to rebuild, but it wasn't about forgetting Ty. It was about finding a way to carry him with her into this new part of life. She stayed strong for Lindy. She stayed present for the family. And slowly, her connection to the horses began to return. There were moments when she laughed again. Moments when the pain didn't disappear, but it didn't crush her either. That's the truth about grief. It never leaves, but you learn how to live with it. Asterisk, while Amy was rebuilding her life, the rest of the Heartland family was changing too. Jack stayed steady the way he always has. Lou stepped up more than ever, balancing her career and motherhood. Lisa supported Jack and tried to keep the ranch running with a sense of normalcy. Even Tim, with all his flaws, tried to be more present and reliable. Everyone grieved in their own way, but the message was clear. Life doesn't stop. Even when your heart feels like it has. Asterisk, Lindy grew up fast. She asked questions about her dad. She wanted to understand why he wasn't there. Amy answered the best she could, with love, with honesty. But you could see it in Amy's eyes. The pain never faded. Every time Lindy smiled, there was a shadow of Ty behind it. Every ride on a horse, every sunset at the ranch, every quiet night, Ty's presence was still there. Asterisk, and that's what makes the rumors about season 19 so powerful. Because Ty may be gone, but he was never really gone. His memory, his spirit, and the life he built with Amy still live in every corner of Heartland. His jacket hanging by the door, his truck parked near the barn, his daughter laughing in the fields, his love for Amy unspoken, but still present. Asterisk, the show didn't try to rush through the grief. It gave it space. It gave Amy space. And in doing that, it gave fans a way to grieve too. Not just for Ty, but for anyone they've ever lost. That's what Heartland has always done so well. It reminds us that loss is part of love. That moving forward doesn't mean leaving someone behind. It means carrying them differently. Asterisk, and now, after all this time, something unexpected is stirring again. Hints, glimpses, a feeling that maybe Ty's story isn't over after all. The ranch that once echoed with silence might be ready for something new, or something old, returning in a way no one could have imagined. Asterisk, for a long time, fans accepted what they saw. Ty Borden was gone, but in the world of TV especially, in a show as emotionally deep as Heartland, nothing is ever fully over. And now the whispers are growing louder. Some fans are wondering, what if Ty comes back? Not just in old memories or flashbacks, but in a new way that changes everything. Asterisk it. Started small, a comment here, a cryptic social media post there. Fans notice things, shadows in trailers, words in interviews, subtle changes in the tone of season 19 promotions. It wasn't clear, it wasn't confirmed, but it was just enough to make people ask, are they preparing us for something? Is Heartland about to deliver a surprise that no one saw coming? Asterisk, some believe Ty could return in Amy's dreams, not just as a memory, but as something more emotional and powerful. Others think he may appear as a spirit guide, a presence that helps Amy make a big decision in her life. After all, Heartland has always had a quiet, spiritual connection with nature, with the land, and with the souls that remain in our hearts long after they're gone. Could Ty return in a way that reminds Amy and viewers that love never fully leaves us? Asterisk, then there are the theories that go even deeper. A few fans are asking, what if Ty never actually died? What if his death was faked or mistaken? Maybe for a bigger purpose, something medical, something protective. As wild as it sounds, it wouldn't be the first time a TV show pulled the rug out from under its viewers. And while Heartland has always been grounded in real emotion and believable storylines, this theory still floats in the minds of fans who aren't ready to let Ty go. Asterisk, what adds fuel to all these rumors is the presence or potential return of Graham Wardle, the actor who plays Ty. Since his departure, Graham has stayed mostly quiet about coming back. He explained in interviews that leaving Heartland was his choice. He felt it was time to move on and grow in different ways. But in recent years, his fans have seen him reflecting more on his time as Ty, his podcast, his public appearances. There's a quiet sense of love and respect for what the show meant. And just maybe there's room for one final return. Asterisk, fans on Reddit, YouTube, and fan pages are buzzing. Some are analyzing each season 19 trailer frame by frame. Others are writing theories, editing tribute videos, or even creating fictional storylines where Ty shows up in Lindy's dreams, offering wisdom and comfort. This is more than just wishful thinking. It's a reflection of how deeply this character touched people. Asterisk, but even if Ty doesn't return in the way fans hope, these rumors have sparked something. They've reopened and the emotional connection too. His story, they've made people feel again the way Heartland always does. And if the writers are indeed planning something big, then they've done it right. Because now the world is watching, wondering, hoping. Asterisk, the most powerful stories are the ones that stay with you. And right now, fans are holding their breath, waiting for that one scene, that one line, that one moment, when Amy turns, and there he is. Asterisk. If Ty Borden does return in Heartland Season 19, it won't just be a twist, it will be a turning point. Not only for the story, but for Amy's entire journey. For years, she's been learning how to move forward without him. She's raised their daughter. She's faced the silence. She's rebuilt her strength. But what if the next part of her healing means facing Ty again? Asterisk, not the man she lost, but the love that still lives inside her. Asterisk, Heartland has never been about fantasy or shock value. It's about real emotions. Deep, quiet changes that happen slowly, naturally. So if Ty returns, it likely won't be dramatic. It won't be loud. It'll be a moment, a memory, a whisper. Maybe a dream that feels too real to be just a dream. A look across the fields, a voice in the wind. A sudden sense of peace where there was once only pain. Asterisk, for Amy, that could be life-changing. She's spent so long carrying grief that she may not even realize how much it still weighs her down. A return from Ty, even for just one scene, could give her something she never had the chance to receive. Closure. Not a goodbye, but a blessing. A sign that it's okay to keep living, to keep loving. That she doesn't have to feel guilty. For smiling again, for trusting her heart again, even if it leads her somewhere new. Asterisk, some fans wonder if this return could lead to a new romance. But it doesn't have to. That's not what Amy's story needs right now. What she needs is understanding, a sense that Ty's love didn't end with his death. That it stayed with her, that it always will, and maybe, through one last conversation, real or imagined, she finally hear him say the words she's longed for. You're doing okay, Amy. You can let go. I'll always be with you. Asterisk, and then there's Lindy, the daughter who never got to truly know her father. A return from Ty could be more than just emotional. It could be healing for her too. Whether he appears in a dream of Amy's or her own, just the image of him smiling at her, holding her hand, calling her by name, that could stay with her forever. It could shape how she understands love, strength, and the man her father truly was. Asterisk, there's also a deeper possibility. Maybe Ty's return is about more than closure. Maybe it opens a new chapter. A spiritual connection between Amy and Ty that continues across seasons, not in full scenes or big moments, but in quiet, guiding signs, a presence that helps Amy through the hard choices ahead. Not haunting, not fantasy, just love. Pure and steady. Asterisk, we've already seen hints that Amy is stepping into a new version of herself. She's stronger now, quieter, yes, but more grounded. She works with horses again. She helps people. She's raising Lindy with care and patience, but she's also alone in a way that's hard to explain. Surrounded by family, yet still missing something only Ty ever gave her. A return, even brief, could be the key that unlocks that final layer. That last wall she's built around her heart. Asterisk, and what about the ranch? Heartland itself has always been a character in the story. It holds memories, echoes, moments if Ty comes back, even just for one scene at the barn, or beside Spartan, or at the river where he once rode with Amy. It would feel like time folding in on itself. Like the past, present, and future all meeting in one sacred space. Asterisk, this wouldn't be a typical TV return. It wouldn't change everything, but it could complete something, a final puzzle piece that gives meaning to everything Amy has gone through. Not a rewrite of history, but a tribute to it. A gentle reminder that even the people we lose never really leave us. That love, when it's true, leaves footprints that never fade. Asterisk, so whether Ty returns as a dream, a vision, or something unexplained, what matters most is what it gives to Amy and to all of us who walked with her since the beginning. A moment of peace, a final hug, a smile. Maybe even the words we've all been waiting for. Asterisk, I never really left. Amy, I've been with you all along. Asterisk, Ty Borden's story was never just about a young man finding his place. It was about redemption, about second chances, about the kind of love that doesn't just change your life, it saves it. For Amy, for Jack, for Lindy, and for millions of fans. Ty's presence was never just in the scenes. It was in the soul of Heartland. Asterisk, and now, as season 19 approaches, we stand at the edge of something rare, a possible moment of magic where fiction feels like real life and emotions spill beyond the screen. Asterisk, will Ty return? Maybe, maybe not. In the way we expect, maybe not for long. But even if it's just for one moment, one dream, one breath, that could be enough. Enough to let Amy close a chapter with grace. Enough to give Lindy a smile that lives forever in her heart. Enough to remind all of us watching that no love is ever truly lost. Asterisk, because that's what Heartland has always been about, holding on to what matters, family, faith, healing, and the kind of love that carries on even after goodbye. Asterisk, if season 19 brings Ty back, even for just a scene, it will be more than nostalgia. It will be a gift, a full circle moment, one last ride through the memories, through the pain, through the love that built this ranch and this family. A message not just for Amy, but for all of us who have grieved, healed, and kept going. Asterisk, and if it doesn't, if Ty remains part of the wind, the light, the quiet places Amy visits when no one is looking, then that's okay too. Because his journey still continues in every beat of her heart. In Lindy's laugh, in the work Amy does with the horses. In every sunset over the fields. Asterisk, this might not be a story about resurrection. It might be a story about remembering. Asterisk, still. There's hope. Asterisk, hope that the writers give us one last moment. Hope that Graham Wardle steps back into Ty's boots, not to rewrite the past, but to honor it. And to show that even in silence, there can still be a voice, a guiding presence. A love that lingers. Asterisk, for fans, that's all we ever wanted. Not a miracle, just a moment where Amy looks out across the ranch. And in the wind, she feels him. Asterisk, maybe he speaks. Asterisk, maybe he smiles. Asterisk, maybe he just stands there as the screen fades to black. Asterisk, and in that final frame, we're reminded of something we've always known but often forget. Asterisk, love never leaves. Asterisk, so whether Ty returns or simply reminds us of the journey we've taken with him. One thing is certain. Asterisk, Heartland will never be the same. Asterisk, and maybe that's the most beautiful ending of all. Asterisk,